Number 14, we're asked to convert the equation r equals 2 cosine theta from polar form to rectangular form. As with number 12, I'm going to show you two different ways to do this, and I'm going to start with the shortcut. So the shortcut is to graph this. We know that this is going to be a circle because it's in the form r equals a cosine of theta, and there's no number in front of the theta. So we know this is going to be a circle. We know it's going to be on the x-axis because it's cosine, and we know it's going to be to the right of the y-axis because it's positive. And we know that the diameter is going to be 2. So we're going to graph that circle just like that. And now let's put this into rectangular coordinates, or rectangular form. Remember, the rectangular form for a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where hk is the center and r is the radius. So here we have a circle that has a center at the point 1, 0, and it has a radius of 1. And so we can plug those numbers into here and get the equation in rectangular form. So our h is 1, so this is x minus 1 squared. And then our k is 0, so this is going to be y minus 0 squared, which is just y squared. And then our r is 1. 1 squared is just 1. So we get x minus 1 squared plus y squared equals 1. And that is our answer. All right, so that's the shortcut way of doing this. If you understand that, then go ahead and stop the video right now. But let me go ahead and show you the algebraic way of getting to this same answer. All right. So what we need to do here is use these equations over here. But instead of plugging in inverse tangent of y over x for theta and plugging in the square root of x squared plus y squared for r, we're going to notice up here that cosine theta, we have cosine theta in here. Cosine theta is equal to x over r, because if we divided top and bottom over here, or if we divided both sides of this equation by r, we get cosine theta equals x over r. So we're going to start by just replacing that cosine theta with x over r. So we get r equals 2 times x over r. And if we multiply that out, we get r equals 2x over r. And we can get rid of that fraction by multiplying both sides by r. So r times r is r squared, and then these r's will divide to 1, so we just get 2x. R squared equals 2x. So now we need to replace that r with square root of x squared plus y squared. We want this equation to have just x's and r's in it, or x's and y's in it, no r's. R is square root of x squared plus y squared, so r squared is just going to be x squared plus y squared equals 2x. All right, now we need to get this into that form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And so what we need to do over here, we need to move this 2x over. So let's subtract 2x from both sides. We get x squared minus 2x plus y squared equals 0. And I've left a little space here because what we want to do is we want to make this a perfect square trinomial. We're going to complete the square here. We want it to be something that's going to factor to a squared binomial. And the way to, so what we need to do is add some number here to make that a perfect square trinomial. And the number we're going to add, to find that number, we're going to take this number, divide it by 2, and then square it. So negative 2 divided by 2 is -1. -1 squared is +1. So we're going to add 1 in here. And then if we add 1 to this side of the equation, we have to add 1 to the other side as well. And so we get x squared minus 2x. Let me just write this in here. Plus 1. And so this now factors down to just x minus 1 squared plus y squared equals 1. And that's the equation that we found through graphing. So this is the algebraic way of doing it. It's a little more complicated. Either way will get you full points on the exam.